want to bring up John Dex for a couple minutes. So John, let's see, he's got his hand raised. John, could you raise your hand? Just so I can see you quickly. There we go. And there's Wes. And great. So yeah, please. Next steps, John.
Oh, sure. So, the next steps, I guess, kind of coming out of SAC, I'm talking about SAC21 and where we're heading. And actually, before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to our finalists. What a great job. So impressed. One of the things I love about being an investor is getting to know the dynamic founders and bringing innovative businesses to market. So well done. You're an inspiration. I'd also like to say thank you to our investors in SAC20. You folks really leaned into this cohort and put in a ton of work. I've enjoyed getting to know you guys, and I've learned a lot. Your participation is what makes SAC so successful. Pardon my dog. Right all day. I'm of SAC21. As Seattle Angel Conference begins its second decade, this organization has made such a tremendous positive impact. You've heard about that today, into our entrepreneurial ecosystem. I'm excited to be a part. We teach new angel investors the basic of early stage investing. If you've been thinking about investing in this asset class, if you're here to learn, SAC's designed to get you started, and I think you've seen that today. We'll get you into your first investment. And while we've launched tons of angel investors into our community, a large part of our success has been the leadership provided by returning investors. So much of angel investing is about learning from others, hearing somebody else's point of view, shedding your biases, and a process of your own continuous improvement. So I'd like to invite the current and past SAC investors here today to come back for SAC21. Continue to build your network, expand your deal flow, and play a valuable part in building our investor community. Returning or new, I should let you know, now's the time to reserve your slot, because we've already had registrations. We've got a lot of interest in SAC21, and we only have a limited number of slots. We cap it at 40. So get in touch. Our conference, our pre-conference workshop series, which is fantastic, informational, starts January 4th. It's optional. And the SAC conference itself runs from March 1st to a final like this on May 18th. Contact me for details and registration information. My contact information is in my profile. I'll post it into the chat, and feel free to touch base with me at the Remo table. Also, if you're a founder, if you have a company interested in competing in SAC21, feel free to reach out. You can also just sign up directly by creating a Gust profile and going to our Gust registration link. I'll also put that in the chat. Great job, everybody, today, and I look forward to the difficult decision we're going to have to make. Thanks, Bob.
All right. Thank you, John. And Wes also. Congratulations to both of you guys. Wes, you pulled off a great SAC20. Great teams. The engagement has been terrific. And John, you got some shoes to fill next session. All right. So now, if you guys could step off stage, I'm going to bring up some folks from the APIS event that's coming up. So for those of you who don't know, APIS is just like SAC, except for healthcare, bringing together healthcare startups and healthcare investors and folks who want to learn how to invest in healthcare. So I want to bring up Elizabeth Cross-Nickel. Thank you. Mary and Alan, can you guys raise your hand too so we can bring you up? Thank you. Good. Perfect. All right. And just like SAC, APIS has an LLC manager who's going to run the show, and then the next session, the assistant will take over. So there's an assistant LLC manager and an LLC manager. And so, Elizabeth, I want to just hand it over to you and let you share some thoughts about APIS.
I'm excited to be talking to you. we had a situation where we went through to see our history at the end of our 20 cycles and identified that many of them were health companies. And so we thought we deserved to put a little due diligence on this particular sector. We created APIS Health Angels. We've been doing workshops, which are on Eventbrite and are recorded on our APIS YouTube channel. We start our session in January from the 6th and with a final event just like this on March 24th. If you want to register as a company, I'll put the links in the chat. And registering as an investor, you should be talking to Alan, and I'll turn it to him.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Hi, everyone. I'm Alan Neiman. I'm a prior SAC investor, specifically an angel, another investor more generally, and I'm the LLC fund manager for SAC13. And what's interesting about SAC13 is that there were two winners, both were healthcare companies. So that's kind of an interesting thing. One thing I just want to say before we go into that is first, to echo a prior comment, I would say that the companies that presented tonight are by far one of the strongest finalist groups that I think I've seen. All those presentations were amazing, and I think the team of investors can have a really hard time making a decision about this for sure. As Elizabeth mentioned, we've been seeing sort of more and more health-focused startups in SAC and around the ecosystem, and so we launched APIS Health Angels, modeled after SAC, in my view, to do two things, and modeled after SAC, two things. Number one, increase awareness of what's going on in the ecosystem around investors and entrepreneurs, and number two, maybe even more importantly, increase the effectiveness of both the investors who want to invest in health-related startups and the entrepreneurs who are making their pitches and trying to gather investment. And so I'm excited to be the inaugural fund manager, LLC manager for APIS Health Angels Round 1. We're going to start up in January, as Elizabeth mentioned, and we're looking to round out our investors and startups in preparation for that. So I'm excited. Hope you guys will consider joining. Thank you.
Bob, we should say that Mary Weiss is going to be the assistant manager. She is not able to do her camera, but she's going to put her introduction into the chat so that people can get in touch with her as well. We're delighted. Mary, for you people who are companies in this and might want to then become investors, Mary was a company in the early SAC1 or SAC2. And now she's coming back she's been an investor in a variety of other places since. And now she's going to come back as the fund manager lead with Alan and then taking over for APIS 2. So we're super excited to have Mary here. I actually am super excited too, because that was there's many companies that have been doing super terrific things after they leave SAC. But New Peak Robotics actually was here on this stage a year ago. And today, 1 year later, they were on a different stage at Grow NY. And they just won the $500K investment. Yeah. We did a sidecar on New Peak. And so we're just thrilled that everyone could see the potential that the investors at SAC saw beforehand. So I thought I'd just take that opportunity. Jessica Ray was on this stage just like Mindy and was giving the questions for the due diligence teams. And she's shepherded our investment through. And that's the other thing that SAC does is actually teach fund managers. And she's a perfect example of how that has then gone on to a large investment. So thank you, Jessica. Deal, and congratulations to everybody who presented today, plus all of the companies who came through this process. We're so excited to follow up. You're alumni forever, and we'll watch what you're doing.
Terrific. Well, thank you. I'm really excited about you guys too. I was my first couple startups that I was a co-founder of were in the healthcare space as well, and I was a little bit disappointed to see Eileen's numbers on healthcare investments in the Northwest. It used to be the Northwest was a hub, and of course we've lost wings, and that of course had an impact. So good to see you guys coming in to refortify that element of the Northwest. So good luck. I'll look forward to getting the invite to APIS 20 someday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
All right, good
Thanks,
job.
Paul.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. You can go ahead and turn off. And now I'm going to let all the investors know. So if you are a SAC investor, you should have received a link, an email link from John for the super secret Zoom room where the deliberations will take place. And we're all going to hang out here until we get the word that you guys have made your decision. And so in the meantime, so please, SAC investors, go find your link and go deliberate. We'll see you soon. In the meantime, though, this is your chance now for everybody to go connect with the teams and the rest of the folks who are here. We're going to do about 20 minutes or so at least of voting for the SAC or for each of the teams to see who the audience award winner is. So I'm going to put a link in the chat right now, unless John already did it for me. No, he didn't. So here is the audience vote. All right, so everybody should go there and register your vote for what you think the best company is. Now, the best way to do that is to first go visit the teams at the tables and ask them those important questions you've been taking notes on about the things that you want some more clarity on, and then make your vote. And as a reminder too, this level 1, where most of you are, not everybody, but most of you are in level 1, that's where all the teams can be found. So find the team tables and pop in. After you've had a conversation, pop out, let someone else take a chair. If you want to meet the angel groups, go up to the second floor. Just click the 2 on the control panel on the left, and you'll find angel groups up there. And then if you just want to hang out and chit chat, the third floor is reserved for networking. Of course, you can do that anywhere. But I do hope that everybody will meet some people and have some great conversations. It truly is a great crowd. If anybody has any questions for me, please feel free to message me, and we will keep you posted. It's gonna be somewhere probably between about 20 or 30 minutes and maybe an hour. I think in the 20 SACs that we've done, the longest deliberation was almost an hour, and typically we'll know in 20 or 30 minutes. But we will keep you posted, and thank you so much, and we'll talk again soon.